Hello everyone and welcome to another Universe Sandbox 2 video. So today we're going to be doing a top 10 video, which is something new. I've never actually done one of these before, and a lot of people have said you should give these a try. This would be quite cool. So yeah, I'm going to go with it and see how it does. So yeah, today we're going to be doing the top 10 things that should be added to Universe Sandbox 2. So please keep in mind this video does have opinions in it, but a lot of these ideas were actually voted by you guys in my Discord server. So yeah, we've had a chat about what we want to see in the game we've had this chat running for quite a while now. And yeah, I've picked up 10 of the top things that I thought of personally, or not what I thought of, but the top things I thought should be in the video from what was in the service here. 10 things that I saw from your ideas, which I put into an order here. Also, I have put some of my own opinions in this as well. So without further ado, we'll just get straight into it. So in number 10 for things we should add, it is new ring types. So right now we have the particle ring. So if we head to Saturn for an example, right here, and then we go ahead and add rings to it. These are particle rings, where it has all of the individual particles around the planet right now. Now these, as we all know, they are quite laggy in the game. They can make your frames per second just completely die. So what has been said about rings is, what about a completely flat disc ring? So yeah, completely flat disc ring instead. So solid rings instead of the particles. So now, they may have actually had plans to add this at one point, because if we go into this, there's a weird mysterious object that has been in the game for a very long time right here. This is a ring. If we select Saturn, there we go. So yeah, this ring object here, this has been in the game for years now, and it's just been a hidden object in like one of the simulations. But it originally, when this object was added, I don't even know if you can still get it, but it was around Saturn, this object. It was actually a ring for Saturn, and it looked like from this angle, it actually looks like it is like a working thing. But when you see here, you can see it's not really finished. But they may have actually had plans for a solid disc type ring in the past. So yeah, just solid rings, just no particles, just the rings that go around the planet. Looks like they may have had plans for it at one point. So yeah, that is number 10 for things that should be added. So there we go. Let's go ahead and delete that ring. Right, so now moving on to number 9. So yeah, number 9, more elements in composition mode. So back in the day, if you remember, there used to actually be another organic, or another thing to add here, and that was organics, like I just said. There used to be a 5th element here, and it was a green one called organics. And there's actually also a 6th element you can get if you use tools, and then you go to material, and you go to carbon dioxide. And if we just click play, we spray some of Earth. So we just spray a bit of Earth. It's actually another element. So you can see if we just increase the amount that's being sent in here. So where we go, there we go. Oh, increase the mass. There we go. So just times that up. So you can see there's actually another type. So there you go. So that white zone on the edge of the planet there, look, we can add all of the elements in. So you can see hydrogen. There's actually 5. There's not 4. Although the menu says there's only 4. The only way to get carbon dioxide is like this. Now, what we are saying as well is we want even more. So, for instance, stuff like methane would be quite cool. Obviously, carbon dioxide and organics, they should probably be added back, because a lot of people want more stuff. Molten rock on the surface, or some sort of like molten lava option, so you can have water and lava like on the surface simultaneously. Argon as well, sulfur, or any other like acid types. Just a few more things that we can add on the planets to customize them with the composition. Just different funky ways of making planets as well. So yeah, that is number 9. Moving on to number 8 now, the ability to add vegetation on planets. So this one would be quite simple. Like climate mode, it would just be an option you can turn on and off. Like that. Very, very simple. Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned vegetation in the wish list chat for Universe Sandbox. So yeah, a lot of people seem to want a vegetation option. Just click it on and off like that. Very simple feature they probably could add in. I mean, I'm no developer. I don't know how hard some of this would be to add in, but yeah, hopefully it wouldn't be too hard just to add like an option to turn it on and off, because obviously some of the stuff has like that vegetation mode as well, but usually it's done with modding these days. So yeah, moving on to number 7 now, the option to have crater marks. So again, like the vegetation, if you have a random spawn object, so it probably wouldn't work on textured objects like Earth, but if you have a random spawn, so for instance random moons, stuff like this, there should be an option on these just to switch on and off craters. So if you turned it on, there'd be obviously lots of craters that appear on the surface. Because if you have seen these objects, none of these custom textures actually have craters on them. They're all completely like there's nothing on them. It's all just flat surface, mainly with hills and stuff. None of them actually have crater marks. So maybe an option to turn on and off crater marks. That'd be quite cool. And a lot of people did actually mention craters as well. But now moving on to number 6. Again, another option to turn on and off. This one is city lights. So an option to turn on and off city lights on objects. Instead of getting lucky and spawning them in and trying to get it by chance or modding it in the game files, sometimes it doesn't even work. How about an option on rocky planets just to turn city lights on and off? Like, that'd be a lot easier. And also, with city lights as well, more city light textures. So instead of just having the genuine, regular-looking city lights, so we've got an example here. I'll just go ahead and spawn in Pascal, for instance. So there we go. So if we look at the city lights here, these are the only city light texture in the game, other than Earth's city lights. These are the only other city lights you can get. But what about more variations and different like ways of, or different visual looks of city lights? Some people did mention that as well. Down in the thing as well. So yeah, now moving on to number 5, proper shaped asteroids, not spheres. So obviously if we go ahead and spawn in random asteroids now. So there we go. We'll just spawn a bunch of these in, because sometimes they're spheres as well. But as we can see, the asteroids aren't very, there's not really much going on here. They're very, very basic, and yeah, very basic. And the only ones that have textures are actually Mars's moons and Vesta as well. So yeah, just a few here. But the reason why I say not spheres is because Mars's moons, they have textures, but they're spheres. They should be more like this, but with actual textures on them. But they're just, Mars's moons are not spheres like they are here. These are not correct. So yeah, updated asteroids, so they are more detailed looking versions of this. So say like all of them had the Phobos or Deimos texture on, that'd be an improvement. But obviously like just asteroids with more detailed surface, because obviously these are very, very like primitive in the way they look. And yeah, not too much going on there. So yeah, definitely improved asteroids, because yeah, they are very boring to look at. And yeah, obviously Phobos and Deimos here, they need to be asteroid shaped rather than just spheres like this. So yeah, that should definitely need to be changed, or should be added, obviously in the community's opinion. Now moving on to number 4, this is where we get into the really high stuff now. So number 4, better gas giants, so more bands on random spawned objects, and band colors or just more colors as well, and obviously better blending colors, because sometimes when you spawn in the random gas giant, you just get a bunch of colors, and they don't look very very attractive, to be honest. I mean, if we spawn in some random gas giants here, the colors are all randomized, and some of them look very, very ugly, and it's very hard to get all of them, like the whole planet, as the same color. But with improved gas giants, they would have more bands. So yeah, more bands which spawn in randomly, and obviously the colours that slightly go together were a little easier. But the colours don't matter as much, but more bands on random spawn gas giants, definitely one thing we would like to see added to the game. Anyways, now moving on to number 3, updated solar system planet textures. So this one is a big one. We have wanted this for a long time. I mean, I've been in Universe Sandbox for a long time now. One thing I've always wanted, and I've seen a lot of you guys want, improved solar system objects. So for instance, we got the custom Mercury here. Let's just go on a full lineup and get everything here. So obviously we got the amazing Jupiter now, which is just many times better than the regular Jupiter in the game. So yeah, what stuff like this, this should be the main Jupiter. Saturn we haven't touched. Uranus 100% needs an improvement over the regular version in the game. Neptune, it's not too bad, the one that's already in the game. Mars as well, I definitely think a better atmosphere colour on that would fit. And also Mercury as well, it definitely should be a more greyish colour like we have it here. So yeah, definitely improved solar system object textures, 100%. That is something we would like to see added to the game. Right, there we go. So that was number 3. But now moving on to number 2, customizable atmospheres in-game. So with atmospheres, they should be customizable. So instead of just being able to turn it on and off and add in an atmosphere, you should be able to change the color in the same way you do with surface colors. So let's just go ahead and spawn in a random moon. So you should just be able to change atmosphere colors just using a menu like this. Imagine if we could do that in game with a proper menu for it. So you should just be able to change your atmosphere color just using one of these color things here to do that. And also the ability to change how thick the atmosphere is. So see, right now this Mercury doesn't have any atmosphere thickness on it, but if we go to the gray templates, for instance, so we have this one has no thickness, but if we go to one that has thickness on max, we should be able to turn this into this in game, as well as being able to change the color. So being able to increase the atmosphere opacity or thickness, that definitely should be something that is added to the game as well. Would be very, very nice if people wanted to create objects and stuff as well, because obviously changing codes in the files, it's not a fun process and it can be quite lengthy. So yeah, not being able to change that in game instead of modding it in the files definitely would be a welcome addition. Now moving on to the honourable mention for the top things that should be added as well. Yeah, honourable mention, we're going to be heading over to Neptune for this one, and that is the dark spot on Neptune. Jupiter has a dark spot in the game, so why can't Neptune? Because if anyone had the original version of Universe Sandbox 2, Neptune did have a dark spot on it in the original game of Universe Sandbox. So yeah, why can't we have it in Universe Sandbox 2 as well? I mean, imagine how cool this modded Neptune would look with a dark spot on it. So yeah, definitely something I'd like to see, and actually someone else had mentioned that as well. Yeah, dark spot on Neptune. Definitely a welcome thing there. Would be really, really cool. And I guess that could sort of fit into the better solar system object textures as well. But number one on this whole list, customizable gas giants in-game. I mean, everyone has been asking for this for the longest time. Coloured gas giants in-game. So if I just go to templates galore, for instance. So here we go. Yeah, templates galore. The simulation which I released with Anonymous on the Steam Workshop, which we made for you guys, I think it was at Christmas, with all of the colour gas giants in. So gas giants like this, for instance, we should be able to just change the colour of gas giants just in-game. We shouldn't have to go in the files to make a gas giant like all green, for instance. There should just be like options in the game for each band or something, or just a way to turn, or just be able to turn the whole thing in one colour. Definitely customizable in-game gas giants. That is the number one thing that I've seen people request for in my whole time of doing YouTube. People have always wanted customizable gas giants, as obviously they're very, very primitive, and obviously just spawning in random spawns, getting the colour you want is just impossibly hard to do. I mean, you can get lucky and get objects like Planet 9, which I got here. So yeah, but getting this, which was a random spawn, the chances of it are just so unlikely, it's unreal. But you can get this as a random spawn, but usually you just get stuff like this. Now the ability to be able to change this into something more like this, or any of these colours, definitely something that people have been wanting for the longest of times, is customizable gas giants in game. So maybe the ability to add more bands to the gas giant as well, being able to change them individually in a whole menu, like a whole set menu for gas giant bands. And say here we've got motion, composition, temperature, actions. Another option at the end for bands, where we could change the individual bands and add and remove bands. And also, yeah, just have the color change menu open, so we can also change the color of each band as we wish. That is definitely number one, the one thing that I've always wanted to see added to the game, and still isn't added. But yeah, definitely the one thing that everyone pretty much wants at this point. Just really, really, please, can we have it? I mean, it's been so long, because I remember back when we couldn't customize rocky planets, it was very hard trying to keep spawning planets to get the one you wanted into. But when they added customizable color, so when you could change these three options here, when they added that, you could just make so many cool combinations of objects. And it is still probably one of the best things they added, was the customizable rocky planet surfaces. But yeah, gas giants, customizable in-game, that is the thing we need the most, as said from you guys as well. Like, I'm pretty sure that is probably the most requested thing that has always been, or people have always wanted in the game, is just customizable gas giants. That is we really want that. Please add it. I don't know if any dev will ever watch this. Maybe share the video around. Maybe it'll get to them eventually. But please, customizable gas giants in game. It would just be so cool, and it definitely make a lot of people who don't know how to mod very happy, because yeah, a lot of people have always well, a lot of people don't actually know how to mod. I don't think there's I don't think a modder is that common, I'd say. I mean, if you look on the Steam Workshop, it's not full of modders either. Obviously, there is definitely a few notable people on there. But overall, I'll pretty much say it. Probably only 5% of the people who play the game, 5-10%, actually know how to mod. So there's a massive amount of people who probably want to get their hands on stuff like these, but they can't, because they don't know how to mod the files, and you have to like get all other programs to open the code up, and then you have to learn how to change it without it breaking. Like, it's a very, very lengthy process, and it can go wrong, and then it'll just add even more time to your process. So yeah, just being able to change it in game, That's what we need. So yeah, there we go, guys. So that is it for the top 10 things that should be added to Universe Sandbox. Let me know your thoughts down below, on this down below, and yeah, just let me know what other stuff you think should be added as well. Because obviously these are only 10 things. There's way more stuff that could be added to the game as well, and obviously there was stuff I missed out as well, which I didn't put on the top 10 list. But obviously, please remember as well, this is all opinionated in my opinion, the top 10 things in my opinion. So obviously, if you have a different order of things, then that is fine. Just please respect each other's opinions down below in the comments as well there. Opinion, not fact. Please keep that heavily in mind. But yeah, that's just the 10 things I picked out from what you guys had said in my Discord server for improvements of the game. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and also if you want to see more top 10s on Universe Sandbox or any other astronomy stuff, then let me know down below as well, guys. And also, let's even go for 30 likes on today's video. Also, subscribe if you're new. Helps on the journey to 10,000 subscribers, as we are getting really close to that now. And yeah, make sure you have a great day, and goodbye.